Welcome to a special edition of Firearms Friday. I'm historian Evan Green, and today I'm a guest at the Wyoming Pioneer Memorial Museum in Douglas, Wyoming. We're about 130 miles from my hometown of Cheyenne. And with me today is one of the staff members here at the Pioneer Museum, Doyle Evans. And they have a fairly small staff here. It surprises me. They do an incredible job with their displays and interpretation with a very small staff. So Doyle wears a lot of hats, and it's always a pleasure to talk to another firearms historian who's knowledgeable about particularly antique guns.
Yeah.
So what do we have here, Doyle?
Okay, so what we have here are actually two C96 Mausers, otherwise commonly known as the broomhandle, because as you can especially see on this guy, the handle looks like a broom handle. Right. They were made from about 1896 to 1961 was when they were in service. Wow. Some variants may still be in service today in some limited capacities somewhere in the world. They made over 1 million of them, so they were not just by Mauser, but there were also some clones made in Spain and China.
I know China made copies of the Mauser.
And then that's this one actually ended up in the hands of the gentleman who donated it when he was in World War II, and just so happened to be in the same place as a Chinese cook who, for one reason or another, gave it to him. Wow. And unfortunately, it had to be demilitarized. If you look closely, like here, the plug here on the barrel, it had to be welded shut. It had to be welded up pretty good because that one is a machine gun. Wow. They made several variants of them. Most of them were like this one, just a regular pistol that had a detachable stock that was also the holster and a carrying case. They also made some that were actually machine guns. You can tell that this one is because it has right here the selector switch and also a removable magazine, which is pretty cool considering most of them were stripper clip fed.
So the magazine is closed on the bottom of this one.
It's fixed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Magazine. And how many does it hold?
10, I believe. Stock.
Yeah. And the cartridge, what caliber?
Yeah, 7.63 Mauser.
So did all of the shoulder stocked ones have this type of pistol grip?
No. This one was, it got aftermarket grips put on it at some point. But I was actually looking at this, and this is a wartime commercial production gun, which I don't know how that worked with Imperial Germany being at war, but it did apparently. The stock is original to the gun, serial numbers matching.
Really?
It's kind of interesting, these black and white stripes. They're an embellishment that I haven't really seen before in my looking around at broom handles. But those are the national colors of Prussia.
Really?
Which I think may kind of be a good jumping off point for how this ended up with us.
Wow, yeah.
Little teaser.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay, so this gun was originally the property, was brought over by a gentleman by the name of Rudolph Esme. He was born in Iowa in 1896. Came to Douglas in 1901 at the age of 5 with his family. Pretty typical story of the era. You know, he was kind of an all-American, hometown kind of boy. Lettered in every sport that the Douglas High School had at the time. By all accounts that I saw, he was a good student. Just kind of a promising young man. And then in either 1915 or 1916, depending on the source, he joined the Wyoming National Guard. He came in as a buck private, bottom of the barrel like you do. But by the time that Company F of the Wyoming National Guard, that's the unit here in Douglas, deployed to Mexico or the Mexican border to help support the Mexican punitive expedition against Pancho Villa.
Pershing.
Yes.
John Pershing led that expedition, and Lieutenant George Patton was along for the trip.
And I believe that a young Eisenhower was involved somehow as well. But don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They were certainly contemporaries.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But now Sergeant Major Esmay.
Wow.
So in the in the course of about a year or two, he went from being the junior enlisted guy to the senior enlisted guy.
My Army career was not that distinguished.
No, my Navy one wasn't either. When World War I started, when U.S. involvement in World War I started, he was actually in officer training school at the Presidio in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So when he graduated from that, shortly after troops started going over there, he became part of the 362nd Infantry Regiment, which was attached to the 91st Division, which went over there. And fun fact, that may have been the outfit that actually started. Have you heard the term Powder River Letter Buck?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, apparently that's where that really caught on. Not where it started, not where it originated, but...
They had the patch? Did they have a patch with that on?
Apparently that became just kind of like their motto.
Oh, okay.
Cowboy got inducted.
Right, yeah, Wyoming guys.
And the sergeant said, hey, where are you from? And he said, Wyoming, sir, Powder River, Letter Buck. And then the guys just thought that was fun and caught on. Wow. Became their catchphrase. But he deployed over to France. He was very excited to go to war, very eager to go do his part. He fought in the battles of the Meuse-Argonne and Saint-Mihiel. And then again, pardon my French, he may have gotten wounded, according to my research, at the battle near Gênes and Argonne, which was in the kind of Meuse-Argonne area. September 29th, 1918. I will actually read the letter that he wrote to his parents, if that's okay.
Sure. Let's hear it.
I am somewhat afraid the fighting is over with me for some time. Luck was surely with me and no joking. As it was, they only scored 2 hits on me, but I'll hand it to the guy who hit me, for he hit hard and was a good shot. I was leading my platoon across an open stretch, running at top speed, when a sniper plugged me in the face.
Jeez.
The bullet entered just back of the tip of my nose and came out just in front of the left jawbone, missing my jugular by 1/2 inch. No bones were broken, but my jaw and teeth are rather sore. The second hit me while I was falling, as the first one had knocked me down. And it entered the top of the left shoulder and came out in back near the armpit. This one, the nonchalance in this letter is fantastic. This one broke up the clavicle rather disgustingly. And then the luckiest shot of all hit my helmet a glancing blow just over the right temple. It put a dent in my helmet half as large as a teacup, but glanced off, just making me a little dizzy. And it only raised a bump on the side of my forehead about the size of your fist.
Amazing. So this was like out of the trenches into the German lines.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the legend is that one of his sergeants, because he was lieutenant at this point, had captured this weapon off of the body of the German who had shot him.
Really?
The record kind of suggests that this may have been the one that he was shot with, but I couldn't find anything to support it. I kind of doubt that a sniper would be using a Mauser when they had 98s and things like that, but hard telling. One way or another, this ended up in his possession. He went to convalesce in a hospital for however long it would have taken, but he got stir crazy because he went and put in for a weekend pass in Paris. So instead of going to Paris, he deserted to go back to the front line to rejoin his unit. Wow. And the war ended before he could get back there. But it was still an interesting wartime story.
Really? Yeah. Amazing guy.
And then that's not all for Lieutenant Esme.
Wait, there's more.
because after getting mustered out of federal service in 1919, he went back into the Wyoming National Guard, like a lot of guys did at the time. And he actually got appointed as Adjutant General of the Wyoming National Guard at the age of 25.
Wow.
And he held that office off and on for most of the rest of his life, before he passed away in the early 1960s.
Wow.
And
really
then,
cool guns and a great story.
oh yeah, and then this actually ended up in the hands of L.C. Bishop, who we've talked about elsewhere.
Okay. Yes.
Who was apparently good friends with him, and then it ended up in the hands of his son, Loren Bishop, who we also discussed elsewhere.
Right.
And that is how it ended up in our possession.
Neat guns. Well, thanks very much for sharing the story on these really fine firearms.
Hey, thank you for letting me talk about it.
I'm a little jealous because we don't have anything like this in our collection at the Wyoming State Museum. So, all right. If you have any questions about these firearms, you should probably call Doyle at the Wyoming Pioneer Memorial Museum in Douglas, because he's the expert on these and I'm not. So if you want to talk to me about anything other than these two guns, the phone number for the Wyoming State Museum is on their webpage. Whoever answers the phone will take a message, and I promise I will get back to you because I've had some very interesting conversations with people who watch these videos and have input or comments or questions. So once again, thanks very much for watching our channel.